Gary Andersen is out as Oregon State's head football coach, and in an unusual way. The school announced Andersen's resignation on Monday, and it came with a twist. Andersen is freeing the school from all of its financial obligations to him. OSU was reportedly on the hook for about $12 million to Andersen through 2021, and the coach is leaving every cent of that on the table. Athletic director Scott Barnes calls it an unprecedented sacrifice on Andersen's part. Steve Spurrier walked away from coaching at South Carolina almost exactly 2 years ago and didn't collect a $3 million buyout that the Gamecocks would have had to pay to fire him, which was similar. Andersen is 53 and probably not done coaching altogether. Spurrier was 70 when he retired from coaching, and he gave up a lot less money. Andersen appears to have left out of principle, not something else. To think something else is at play here is a natural impulse. Letting your employer keep almost $13 million out of goodness of heart or purity of spirit is not something most people would do. I definitely wouldn't. And there's always the possibility that more news surfaces in the weeks and months to come, changing how this story looks. But for the moment, it looks like Andersen left because he didn't think he was doing a good enough job. That's it. John Canzano writes in the Oregonian, Gary Andersen confided weeks ago that he wasn't going to hold Oregon State hostage if he didn't think he could win in Corvallis. I rolled my eyes. Didn't believe him. Oregon State was committed to Andersen through 2021 after the contract extension he just received. Walking away was leaving $12 million on the table. But Andersen met on September 25 in the early morning on campus with athletic director Scott Barnes. That was Monday after a bye week. Andersen spent the off-week fuming and fighting through his discouragement. Barnes was Andersen's right-hand man in the same AD role at Utah State. 9 days earlier, Andersen lost to Washington State 52-23, but he was frustrated that a $1 million weight room project had the funds temporarily frozen. Also, he had other concerns about support at OSU, but he left the 7 a.m. meeting that day with Barnes feeling optimistic. He told me, "We are on the same page overall. I respect Scott and I won't hold him hostage." A source in coaching described it similarly to SB Nation's Stephen Godfrey.